Hi fellas, this is Schematics again to the solution. Welcome back to another video tutorial. Well fellas, now we're gonna solve this question. Okay. So previously we have been solving the question paper of International A levels of May 2016. Okay. So if you have missed the previous solution, don't worry, I'll put the link to the previous episode at the end of this tutorial. Okay, so stay tuned and let's carry on. So let's at first let us read the question. What is the equation for the lattice and energy of magnesium chloride? Okay, so in order to answer this question, let us again recall the definition of lattice energy. Okay, let us write down the definition for lattice energy. So it is the energy released when 1 mole of ionic solid is formed from the required amount of gaseous ions. Okay, so we have find some criteria for the equation for lattice energy. The lattice energy equation should have gaseous ions, gaseous reactants. Okay, in other words, gaseous reactants. Okay, so the equation must involve, the ionic equation must involve gaseous reactants. Okay, and solid product, ionic solid product. Okay, so here we can see that the equation should have gaseous reactants and 1 mole of ionic solid. 1 mole of ionic solid. Okay, so if we compare here, these two are the possible answers. Okay, so here C should be the answer, since gaseous ion, positively charged gaseous ion reacts with negatively charged gaseous ions reacts with this negatively charged gaseous ion to form 1 mole of ionic solid. Okay, so in here, since this is gaseous, since here, okay, in here, since the reactants are gaseous, and the products are solid, so C should be the answer. In D, if we follow D, if we have a look at D, then we're gonna see that these reactants are gaseous. That's fine, but the product is not solid. So this becomes invalid. Okay, since the product is not solid, so regardless of the reactant, so D is not the option. Okay, so this might be also an option, but in here we can see that one of the reactant is solid, so that is why this shouldn't goes out with the this does not match with the definition. Okay, so that is why we are ignoring B. And in A, we can see that here this is not ion and this is not ion, so this shouldn't be the equation for the lattice energy. So in A, we can see that there is no gaseous ions. Okay, so that is why A is ignored. And in B, here this magnesium ion is solid, so that is why B is ignored. So we can see that most of the student can fail into the trap of this. Okay, so most of the student might ignore this state symbol of magnesium ion. So as a result, the student might choose this wrong answer. Okay, so in C we can see that this magnesium ion is gas and this chloride ion is also gas. These are gaseous ions joined together to form ionic solid. 1 mole of ionic solid, which is magnesium chloride. 1 mole of ionic solid, which is magnesium chloride. So that is why C is the valid answer. And once again, if we look at D, we will see that this product that is formed is gaseous. So that is why D does not fulfill the criteria for this D does not fulfill the criteria of the definition. So that is why C should be the answer. So I hope that fellows you have understood the question as well as the solution. If you still face any problem in this solution, please let me know in the comment section. Okay. Now let us move on to the next question. So I am hoping that you have understood the previous solution. So now, if you have any question regarding the previous solution, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, I am always there to help you out. So now let us move on to the next question. Okay. At first, let us read the question. A compound has the composition of by mass of this. So by mass, composition by mass. Here the percentage by mass is given. Percentage of carbon by mass is given 54.5%. Here percentage of hydrogen is given, which is 9.1%, and the percentage of oxygen is given here is 36.4%. Okay. So what is its empirical formula? So here let us write down the elements that are present in the compound, that is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay. So here at first let us find out the number of moles. Okay. So carbon, percentage by mass divided by molar mass. Okay. In this case 54.5% divided by the molar mass of carbon, which is 12 gram. Here the same goes with hydrogen. Okay. In this case the molar mass of hydrogen is 1. The same goes with oxygen. Okay, pretty simple. So if we calculate, we're gonna end up getting 4.54, 9.1, 2.275. Okay, so if we divide this thing with the smallest one, then we gonna get the actual ratio. So we're gonna dividing with smallest number. Okay, so here the smallest number is 2.275, 2.275, 2.275. So here the simplest ratio would be sorry, I have written ration, another new word we have invented. Okay, this should be simplest ratio. So here the carbon ratio for carbon is 2 if we have calculated, then hydrogen would be 4 and oxygen should be 0. 1. Sorry. Ratio can't be 0. 1. So the ratio respect to carbon is to hydrogen is to oxygen is 2 is to 4 is to 1. So if we have calculated this thing over here, then we will end up getting 2 for carbon, 4 for hydrogen, and 1 for oxygen. Okay, so let us match this thing with this one. So the expected empirical formula for this compound should be C2H4O. So C2H4O. So let's look out for the option. Look out for the answer. Let's look out for the answer. So here B is the answer. Okay. So we should choose B. So B is the answer. Okay. So fellas, I hope that you have understood the question as well as the solution. If you have any confusion regarding this solution, question, problem, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, I am always there to help you out. Okay? I am happy to help you out. Please ask questions. Please give your feedback, and your feedback is really important for me. Okay. So now let us move on to the next question over here. So here they have asked us what is the IUPAC name of the following hydrocarbon. So here they have given us the structural formula of this hydrocarbon, and they want us to name this compound. Okay. So now let us let us find the longest chain in the carbon, the longest carbon chain over here. So at first let us find the longest carbon chain. Okay. So at first let us find the longest carbon chain. So if we have noticed, the longest carbon chain is this. Okay. So the longest carbon chain should be this. So here the longest carbon chain is this. Okay. Well, you might say that there are other possible longest chain. This one, it goes like this one, or this one. Okay, or this one. There are many possibilities, but this has the longest carbon chain. So if we have calculated, then we gonna get 1, 2, 3, then 4. I should write this thing smaller. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So if we go the other way around, if we count in the other way around, let's count in the other way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So there are 7 carbon atoms in the longest chain. So there are 7 carbon atoms in the longest chain. So there are 7 atoms in the longest chain. So since there are 7 atoms in the longest chain, so this should be named as heptane, and all the bonds over here is single bond. So this should be named according to alkane, heptane. Okay. So heptane. So here, if we have noticed here, there is one methyl group and one ethyl group over 4th carbon atom. Okay. So if you can see, if we look carefully, no matter what way we have taken, this always end up getting 4 carbon atom. The methyl group and ethyl group is in the same carbon atom no matter what we have taken. If we have if we count the number of carbon atoms from this direction, the number of carbon is 4. It is in the 4th carbon atom. They are in the 4th carbon atom. If we start from here. It lies, these two groups lies in the fourth carbon atom, and if we count it the other way around like this, 1 2 3 4, so we get these both ended in the same carbon number, so it is regardless of the numbering. Okay, so no matter what way we count, it always end up getting into the same carbon atom. Okay, so here, since methyl group is in fourth carbon atom and ethyl group is in fourth carbon atom, so we should name this as 4 methyl 4 methyl 4, well, not like this, well, okay, 4 methyl 4 ethyl heptane. Okay, so in here, this is methyl, which is in fourth carbon atom, so this should be named as 4 methyl, and since this ethyl is in the fourth carbon atom, so this should be named as 4 ethyl. Okay, so since we, okay, now let us match this name with the given options. Okay, so this does not match, this does not match. Well, let us look out for heptane. Okay, so in here, since these are arranged according to the alphabetic order, ethyl comes first, methyl, doesn't matter, so D should be the answer. Okay? So the accurate name for this is 4 ethyl 4 methyl heptane. Okay, so this is the accurate name for this compound. Okay, so here is one thing that we can actually noticed earlier. We should have actually noticed earlier that here the longest chain of this carbon, the longest carbon chain of this compound is 7. So the last name should have named heptane. So the only the only correct answer have the name heptane in it. Okay, so if you have noticed, the only this answer contains the heptane name. So without much research, okay, without much analysis, we should have choose this answer, since only heptane is present in this answer. Okay, since the heptane is not present in other answer has included butane, hexane, pentane, but heptane is present only in this answer. So without much further analysis, we may take D as the answer. Okay, so there are some question where heptane is given in two option, just like here is heptane, there might be heptane over here, there might be heptane over here. Suppose these three names contains heptane, so in that case we need to research deeper, we need to analyze more deeper in order to find the name, find the actual name. Okay, so now I hope that you have understood the question as well as the solution. If you still have any confusion, please let me know in the comment section. I am always there to help you out. Okay, now let us move on to the next question. Which of the following shows geometric isomerism? So at first let us draw the structure of the each molecule. Okay, 4 molecules. Okay, so if we draw the structure of propene, the propene molecules looks like this: H, Then let us look out for but1 in. Okay, the structure of but1 in looks like this: C2H5. Then let us look out for but2in. The structure of but2in looks like this. And let us look out for dimethyl but2in. Okay, the dimethyl but2in looks like this. Okay, here let us in order to answer this question, let us at first study the criteria for geometric isomerism. So the first criteria for geometric isomerism is that the first criteria is restricted rotation. So as we can see here, all of the molecules over here has restricted rotation, so they might have possible geometric isomerism. Okay, so the first criteria matches with all these possible molecules. So now let us look out for the second criteria for geometric isomerism to occur. So the second criteria is for geometric isomerism to occur is each double, writing the wrong word, sorry for that, each double bonded carbon atoms or CC. Okay, each double bonded carbon atoms must be attached to different groups. Okay, so here the second criteria says that each double bonded carbon atoms must be attached to different groups. Okay? Must be attached to different groups. So if we study these molecules, we will see that here this particular carbon atoms, this particular double bonded carbon atoms is attached to two same group. Okay, this is hydrogen, two hydrogen is attached to this carbon atom, so the geometric isomerism is not possible for this particular molecule. Okay, so if we look at this molecule here, this particular molecule has two hydrogen atom attached to this double bonded carbon atoms, so the geometric isomerism is not possible for this particular molecule. So if we look at this molecule here each of the double bonded carbon atoms is attached to different groups. Here now if we have a closer look to this molecule, okay, so this particular carbon atom is been attached to two different groups. Okay, so one group is methyl and the another group is hydrogen atom. So this particular carbon atom is been attached to hydrogen atom and a methyl group. Okay, so if we move on to the next corresponding double bonded carbon atom, we gonna see that this carbon atom is attached to hydrogen atom and methyl group, okay, over here. So we can see that this carbon atom is attached to two different groups, and this particular carbon atom is been attached to two different groups. So here, in here, geometric isomerism is possible, okay. So this molecule fulfills this criteria, okay, of geometric isomerism, okay. So this particular molecule which is butene, this particular molecule butene fulfills these two criteria. The first criteria is restricted rotation around this double bonded carbon atom. So the first criteria that it fulfills is restricted rotation around the double bonded carbon atom, restricted rotation around this double bonded carbon atom, okay. And the second criteria it fulfills is each of the double bonded carbon atom attached to different groups, okay. This particular carbon atom is attached to different groups, and this double bonded carbon atom attached to different groups, okay. So that is why the C should be the answer. So this possesses geometric isomerism. This particular molecule, which is called butene, that is why this particular molecule butene undergoes a geometric isomerism, since each of the double bonded carbon atom is attached to different groups, okay. This carbon atom is attached to different groups. Here one is hydrogen, one group is hydrogen, and another group is methyl. In this carbon atom, in this particular double bonded carbon atom, this carbon atom is attached to hydrogen group and methyl group, and that makes butene to undergo geometric isomerism, okay. Now let's look out for the next option. Since both of the double bonded carbon atoms is attached to the same group, if we have noticed, so this carbon atom is attached to methyl group, same group. This carbon atom is attached to same group. This carbon atom is also attached to same group. So geometric isomerism is not possible over here. So the only geometric isomerism is possible in this particular molecule, which is butene. So that is why the answer should be C, okay. So that is why the answer should be C, butene. So that is why butene undergo geometric isomerism. Well fellas, that's it for today. So I hope that you have understood the question as well as the solution. If you still have any confusion regarding this solution, please let me know in the comment section. And sorry for the lengthy video tutorial, since we have discussed in details about each question. That is why that makes the video tutorial pretty lengthy. Really sorry for that, fellas. I know your pain. Thanks for your patience, and I really appreciate that you have watched the full video tutorial. I know it's your need to watch this video tutorial. That's because you want a solution. So I hope that I'm able to give you solution. So thanks for your support, fellas, and I really appreciate your patience, okay. So fellas, that's it for today. I don't want to make this video tutorial longer. So if you have any question regarding this tutorial, please let me know in the comment section, and in the next tutorial we're gonna solve another question, okay. So that's it for today. So I'm gonna put the link to the previous episode at the end of this video tutorial. So if you find this video tutorial helpful, you may check another video tutorial, similar video tutorial like this, at the end of this video tutorial. Okay, so you will get the other solution of this question paper at the end of this video tutorial. So until then, best of luck for your exam. Stay awesome, stay cool, and as always, peace with chemistry.